First of all, that was a hard-fought game. I don't think two teams, whether it's Duke and Carolina or Louisville and Kentucky, could play any harder than the two teams out there tonight. I give a lot of credit to Eastern Kentucky, as I say every time we play them. I have the utmost respect for Jeff and the job he does and the program. That was a gritty win for our team. You know, they made 12 threes, if I'm not mistaken, 12 threes, and yet we found a way to win the game. Very seldom when a team makes double-figure three-point attempts do you win, and our guys just kept plugging and grinding and found a way to win the game. And DeMonte Harper, early in his career, would settle for contested jump shots in those situations, but I was always putting the ball in his hands, teaching him, trying to get him to drive the ball late, and he's done that 2 or 3 times now this year. When late in the game, the ball's in his hands, he made a huge drive, got fouled, didn't make the free throw, but I told him, hey, you're the best guard in our league, I'm proud of you. You got 5 minutes of extra basketball, let's play. And I thought that our guys just made clutch stops in overtime to find a way to win the game.
You mentioned
Donnie, can you talk?
Go ahead.
Okay. Donnie, can you talk about Fareed? Just Jeff talked about how he attacked the double teams and went through them as opposed to maybe the previous game against you guys.
Well, you know, the last time we played, he had what, 8 turnovers or 7, I forget, but just too many turnovers. And the thing I've said repeatedly about Kenneth over the years is he's receptive to coaching. He's not a guy that thinks he's got all the answers. He doesn't think that he has it figured out. And when we tell him a game plan against the double, he listens, and he's improved over the last month. Versus the double team, many times it's not to score it, but his 3 options are score it quickly before the double gets there, play with what we call the gap guy when the double takes place, or to retreat dribble a dribble or 2, and then skip the ball across the floor. And he had 3 turnovers tonight, but that's not bad as much as he gets pressured and doubled. And I thought he was fantastic against the double team.
You talked about it overtime. You mentioned the other day your seniors, how valuable they were. They scored every basket in overtime.
Yeah, you know, I guess a little bit unlike Coach Calipari, right? You know, he's got all his freshmen doing everything, and our 3 seniors do the bulk of things for us. But I thought that Kenneth, DeMonte, and Sam all made big shots in overtime, and it's nice to see veteran guys want the ball when the game's on the line. And you could see that. They kept, Sam wanted the ball, run a play for him. Kenneth was calling for the ball. DeMonte was saying, give me the ball. So at least they all wanted it. That's a nice problem to have as the coach.
Donnie, you only played 7 players. The challenge of playing 7 players in an overtime game is?
Well, it's tough. It is. And, you know, that's our rotation, though. Deontay Ferguson has played 3 to 5 minutes a game over the last 4 or 5 games, but basically we have a 7-man rotation. Drew Kelly's minutes were limited to 17 because of foul trouble. But, you know, every possession is so valuable, you're reluctant to go to the bench, even if you think you're going to play a fresh guy. You say, well, okay, play a fresh guy who's a freshman, or Kenneth Fareed, who's a little tired. Play a fresh guy who's a freshman, or a little bit tired DeMonte Harper. So you guys all know what you would do. You'd stick with Fareed and Harper, right? And as a coach, it's the same thing. You trust and believe in those guys so much.
Coach, what about the importance of, I think today you clinched first round bye, and obviously you want to get that double bye. What about the significance of that?
Well, it's very important, especially as you just mentioned that we're only playing 7 guys. You know, not that you can't go win 4 in a row. Certainly, we may have to win 3 in a row to win it. But when you're playing 7 guys, if you could somehow get the double bye, Mike, to where you're only having to play 2, certainly being fresher and having a little more rest going into the tournament would be a huge benefit.
Any significance to you now winning 8 in a row?
I'm sorry.
Winning 8 games in a row mean anything?
No, just, you know, every game is so pivotal and so important this time of year. I think that last year we got it maybe up to 10 and got beaten overtime by 1 at P as a school record, 11, Drew. So somehow we win the last 3, we tied the school record. But other than that, we're just fighting for every win, and we know how important, especially in conference, each game is right now.
DeMonte on the free throw line, end of regulation, 2 seconds. What you thinking in pulling Kenneth off the lane?
Well, you know, that he was on my tail about, he's smiling. He said, Coach, put me in there, put me in there. And, you know, I got 2 little girls that sit over there on the bench with me. I would have bet their lives that Tay hits that. So let's get that out of the way. I thought it was automatic. And really the biggest thing you don't want to happen, I know how aggressive Kenneth can be, is if he misses and Kenneth goes over the back, now it's a foul and they're shooting to beat you. So that was my thought process, and I don't know that that was the right decision, but at the end of the day it worked out. Just make the darn free throw, Tay. We'll be all right.
Jeff talked about parity in the league, and the league is very balanced. How do you see this league being very balanced? And you guys are leading in defense and scoring.
Well, I agree 100% with Jeff. You know, when you look at the top 6 teams in our league, Murray, P, us, Tech, Eastern Kentucky, I guess top 5. Am I missing anybody? State, Tennessee State. Those 6, on a given night, any of us can beat the others. So I think we're going in this tournament a 6-team race. Not that someone else couldn't surprise somebody, but I think any of those 6, I mean, that Eastern Kentucky team right there can beat anyone in our league on a neutral floor. Trust me on that.
You guys got down 8 with under 10 to play. You called timeout immediately. 3, 4 straight baskets in a row. What did you say? What was the adjustment there?
Well, I just told them how much I loved them and bragged on them and made them feel real good for about 30 seconds. But, you know, I challenged my team. We have a veteran team. They can handle that. I went right at them and told them, look, you know, we got 10 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever it was, to start throwing the ball, the post, driving the basketball, getting the free throw line, quit playing on our heels. And because a couple turnovers led to easy baskets for them during that stretch. And we scored 6 straight. I think Kenneth caught it deep in the post twice. Someone else drove the ball and got to the rim. And so that was the basic message, was quit settling for shots, drive it, get it to Kenneth inside, and work inside out.
So Coach Farid is known for rebounding everyone from coast to coast. Following this game of basketball, knows about his rebounding prowess. But with you guys leading the league in rebounding average per game, who else is your leading rebounder? What do you do in practice for rebounding and things like that?
Well, even our first year's team, which was not very talented at all, I think was second in our league in rebounding margin. And the basis of our program is defending and rebounding. And we do 2, 3 competitive drills every day in practice that emphasizes rebounding the ball, blocking out, playing with physicality, 2-hand rebounds, no 1-hand rebounds, and it's the hardest drill we do. I mean, it's a killer, and I think that translates into the games and how we play. We've been in top 5 in America the last 2 years in rebounding margin, which obviously having a guy like Kenneth, you know, lends itself to being a great rebounding team. But we're a physical team that gets our body into guys, and then on the other end of the floor, we really go chase it with our 3, 4, and 5 men to try to offensive rebound. I mean, I guess tonight we probably rebounded half of our misses. You know, we missed 27 shots and we rebounded. Our goal is to always rebound more than half or half, and we rebounded 16 of the 27. It's pretty good.
Anybody else?